cloudy Middle East, here in northern Israel, where there's a nice little brisk, chill, slight nip to the air. Not cold, but just a slightly chillier than the normal mild weather we typically have around this time of year. But then again, it does often get to be quite rainy, as it has been. You can hear me slushing through puddles and stuff, leaves at the moment. I come to you bearing good tidings of what will be in 2025, and I wish all of you a happy new year in 2025, especially insofar as your crypto journey and adventures go. It's funny to me that what is happening on the market is happening, and we see it everywhere. I see it personally and professionally in all kinds of places. I talk to people who are into crypto, and I talk to people who are not into crypto. I talk to people who are against crypto. And it remains to me fascinatingly shocking, but at the same time fascinating, like I said, how very intelligent people who live in highly developed industrialized nations are dead set against it because they are so entrenched in their ways in the fiat system. And this is especially true for those who are very successful, and their influence on people who are also very intelligent and are not very financially successful anyway. And I see it all over the place, from old school chums to people who work in the financial industry, people who work in sciences, any of the STEM fields, people who work even in marketing or business development or in a lot of different lines of work. And what I find fascinating about this entire thing is the smarter they are, the more they deny the reality that crypto is not just all a scam. Now, are there scams in crypto? Absolutely, there are scams in crypto. Are there a lot of scams in crypto? Yeah, there are shit tons of scams in crypto. Is it possible that the scams in crypto are all, by the way, coincidental? It's possible, but they're not all coincidental. Many of them are very intentional. Many of them are very well organized. So the opportunity to say, oh, the scams in crypto are all just coincidental, sorry, but that train has left the station. Now, why do I say that? Well, because there are a lot of people who simply deny that crypto can be anything of value because they are so plugged into the fiat system. And as a result, they refuse to see any good that may be, not just in the shitcoin world, where arguably those things are, in fact, mostly scams and shitcoins, but even in the world of Bitcoin, where arguably it is not just not a scam, it is provably and undeniably one of the most important financial assets on the planet. Why? Well, what other asset do you know that literally every government is buying up as much as they can, like crazy? Every single one of the biggest banks in the world, and medium-sized banks, and even small banks, are buying as much as they can. Hedge funds and companies are putting their treasuries onto it. I speak not just of MicroStrategy, but many other companies that are adding more and more Bitcoin to their treasury. You have all these different companies around all the world who are full of smart people, and it's not just private individuals who happen to be wealthy putting their money into it. It is companies full of many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and governments full of millions of employees around the world buying crypto, and specifically Bitcoin. And more, obviously, Ethereum they have, and a lot of Litecoin. Right? They're buying this stuff up. They're even buying Solana. Heck, in Brazil, they have a Solana ETF already since some time. You subscribed and like, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You're helping me tell the YouTube algorithms to let more people know. So I appreciate that a lot. So what exactly is going to happen in 2025 that should make people who are into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Solana, maybe even Ethereum, be pumped and excited about 2025? I'll tell you this, I don't care about the price. I've never cared about the price. In fact, the lower the price, the better it is, in my opinion. Why? Well, because the lower the price, right, typically you'll have less interest from people who have huge treasuries and view it as a risky asset and don't see it as something that has made tremendous returns, and therefore they want to avoid it. Okay? Bitcoin only recently, like in the last 7 years or so, became very interesting to a huge number of big financial institutions. And most of them began quietly buying Bitcoin as early as 2016, 2017, some earlier than that. Obviously, Tim Draper's venture capital fund was buying tens of thousands of Bitcoin before that. There were other, Galaxy bought tons of Ethereum for like, I don't know, $1 or something like that. And they're obviously quite happy with that. There's all these different groups that have been buying crypto for many years. But it is now a radical sea change ever since the advent of the Bitcoin ETF and the Ethereum ETF that both happened this year in 2024. And the probability is greater than zero, and significantly greater than zero, that Litecoin will probably be the next crypto ETF. Why? Because Litecoin has all the same qualities as Bitcoin. The only difference is it has 4 times as many coins. That's pretty much the only difference. It has all the same code, it has all the same qualities. It's mined by pretty much the same network of miners. It's distributed, through those miners to the market. And the beauty of Litecoin is it's still, even though whales are buying up a lot of it, it is still mostly owned by retail hands. Bitcoin is mostly owned by large whales. So the retail buyers are just buying up whatever scraps they can. And like less than 1% of the Bitcoin is being bought by retail, or maybe 1%. All right, the 95 to 99% of Bitcoin is being bought up by the whales, and of all types, institutions, banks, governments, wealthy people, etc. And the remaining, 1 to 3% that is currently held by retail. There you go. There you have it. And the remaining 5 to 5.5% that remains to be mined over the next 120 years, 124 years, that is, again, mostly going to be bought up by big whales. But in the immediate future, over the next several years, what's being bought up now is, again, already being bought up by, it's already held by whales. They're never going to sell any huge amount of it. They don't need to. Right? They're financial whales. They have massive, they have all the money they need from fiat. They never needed any crypto, for most of them, in most cases, except for the ones who made their money in crypto, which is very few compared to the number of whales who are in it now, right? And what that should tell you, like very clearly, is that 2025, the year we come alive, 2025 is going to be a great year for crypto. Not because of some bull run. I don't care about that nonsense. As a trader, I look at intraday trading and that's it. but because of the adoption, okay? As this stuff becomes more adopted, it will have more utility. There'll be more people using it day to day. I've been using it day to day for many, many years. Hello, hi there to you. And it is going to be the case where basically we're just going to see more and more normalization of Bitcoin being used in people's daily lives, and it's going to be completely normal over time, and it will become effectively a standard, whether or not it ever replaces the US dollar. It probably will at some point, because all fiat goes the way of the dodo. But even if it doesn't, okay, what matters is not whether or not it replaces the dollar. Well, that matters for different reasons of the macroeconomic picture. What matters is that it gains more acceptance, gains more popularity, gains more utility for people in their day-to-day real lives over time, right? Think big picture. That is where this is going. The world's financial systems are changing. And if you don't understand that, you should probably read quite a lot about the existing financial system, the way money is printed by the Fed, by central banks, the way money is governed by monetary policy, who the holders are in that space, what their stake is in the current and future systems of money, where their interests lie in the current and future systems of money, and what they intend to have and to hold till debt do them part. Pardon my marital puns there, but I find it funny. And we're going to see them happen more and more over time, which is why I believe Bitcoin, Litecoin, Solana, even Ethereum, DOT, BNB, XRP, a lot of these coins are going to do fantastically well. Cardano, they're going to do fantastically well over time in terms of adoption, in terms of utility, right? In terms of practicality in your day-to-day life. Long term, they are going to do very well. Short term, they've already done very well, and they'll probably continue to do so. But there will always be up days and down days, because the asset, in terms of price, any asset just follows the returns. So if you want to know about the trading, learn how to trade, you do that at alphatradinghq.com/discord. And but if you want to know about the big picture, subscribe here, like here, comment here, share here, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Till then, peace and Happy New Year. Cheers.